It's time for Tech Talk with the Northwest Kansas Technical College in Goodland, and it's a public affair program of the Rockingham Radio Network every Thursday at this time between 8:30 and 9, and of course when a school is down for a break, college-wise, holiday-wise, summertime, and of course we let the music fade away, and we bring it back when the school's back in session. And they're back, and they're going great guns, Northwest Kansas Technical College. Welcome to Tech Talk, and we have instructor for the engineering, right?
Yep, engineering technology.
Okay, and officially give us your title there so I can and name and title so I can get a good level on the mic.
Yep. Good morning, Curtis. This is Mike Zimmerman, one of the instructors at the engineering technology program here at Northwest Tech.
How is it going so far?
It's going good. It's going real good. I'm glad that I dressed up for radio this morning. We actually got our students out helping a local farmer and rancher tarp a silage pit, and so we were out. I was out there already this morning. So, like I said, I'm dressed for radio. Glad you can't smell me through the radio waves.
Yeah, boy, that's a different aroma, isn't it?
It is, but it's good to get students out there and put a little bit of sweat equity into the community and help community members out. And so I think a lot of programs at the college, it's more than just getting students in the classroom, teaching them the book knowledge, but it's also the life skills. And a lot of that is helping other people in the community and being of service.
How many students have ever been in a pit like that?
Well, I know Precision Ag, Diesel, Engineering does a lot of tarping silage pits. We've got 24 students out there right now tarping that one. Diesel, when they get out there, they bring their 40, 50 students out, and it really helps. We can make quick work of a lot of work, so it's very helpful to these local farmers.
Well, and some of the students physically, how many have never been to something like this? Quite a few. Quite a few,
probably majority of them. I mean, our local kids from kind of the tri-state area, especially if they've worked on or born and raised on the farm, they know what hard work is involved in it, but we have a lot of students that come from all over the United States and among other places that you say, we're going to go tarp a silage pit, and they have no idea what that is until we get out there.
Great. What fun.
Yes, it is.
And then here's the tires we're going to put on it.
Yes, exactly. Let's go work and sweat a little bit. But it's good. It's good for the students. It's great to help out.
The community says thank you for all that and other things in town, too.
Yes, absolutely. We're coming up. We've already started October, and man, time's flying fast. So that means we're getting ready for our haunted house that the engineering technology program puts on every year. So again, we're going to be doing that this year, and students have already begun researching, planning, designing, getting ideas going, and working in teams. We couple this event with our projects, and so we divide our students, both first and second year, into teams, and they get sections of the animal barn out there at the fairgrounds, and they work together to come up with the ideas, the flow path through the building, how things are going to be set up. They start designing props and try and switch it up year to year. And here soon, this last week in October, we'll get out there and spend the whole week building and putting everything together. And then here at the end of the month, we're gonna operate the haunted house and hopefully provide a couple nights of fun entertainment for community members alike. And then also do want to remind everyone that this is a fundraising event for Genesis of Sherman County, and so ticket price or admission price all goes back to Genesis to try and help them out as they help families and community members around here with food needs.
Very nice. And you have 2 nights this time. What nights would that be?
Yeah, this year we are operating on Friday, October 28th, and Saturday, October 29th. And so Halloween night is Monday the 31st. We're going to keep that open so families can enjoy other activities and events on that one. So that the last Friday and Saturday of October. And again, we'll open up at 5:30. 5:30 to 6 o'clock is going to be our lights on. No one's going to be jump scaring. So that way, if you want to bring little kids out, other people, you can walk through and see the creativity that the students have put into the building. And then from 6 to 9 o'clock will be our normal operation. Lights will go out, fog machines will come on, and the scares will come out.
Fright night. Okay, Sherman County Fairgrounds, entrance on the east side, admission $3 or 3 boxes of or cans of non-perishable food. And I want to mention this too, if you buy something that's, say, a box of something, make sure it doesn't require 10 other ingredients.
Yes, yeah. Something easy, something that can store and easy for Genesis to hand out when they distribute food out. And these are minimums, at least $3 or 3 boxes or cans. And if you want to donate more, absolutely, we'll gather that up. And then we always we bring Genesis over to the college and show them everything that we've done. We take a picture, and then we help take everything back over to their facility and get it on the shelves. So it's a great opportunity to give back, and so it's a great opportunity to have fun as well. So definitely want to encourage all of the community members to come out and join us this year and be scared.
Northwest Tech College Haunted House, October 28th, 29th, Friday and Saturday only at the Sherman County Fairgrounds, and you'll be hearing that in their commercials as we go along. Mike Zimmerman is with us, and engineering tech. We've got a big foundation grant that you are applying for, and we hope we get it, but nevertheless, what will all this be used for, and what kind of grant do we have coming? Maybe.
Yeah. I wanted to take the opportunity to kind of showcase what we're trying to do, because a lot of times you hear of the grants that we've gotten or initiatives that are going on, but don't really get a chance to hear what we're trying for. And this one's really unique because this grant is through the National Science Foundation. It is their Advanced Technology Education Grant. And so this grant specializes on getting high technology, advanced things into the hands of America's youth, specifically in the secondary level, and so K-12. And so that's where we're really pushing this grant and partnering up with some local high schools and school districts to bring opportunities for those students to learn advanced manufacturing technology coursework at the high school while they're still there. We all know that sometimes, especially as juniors and seniors, when they're taking electives and they're advanced and they're just searching for classes to take, there's not a lot that challenge them or may be interesting to them. And so we want to bring some college level classes down to them. But then another issue is getting that hands-on learning at the high school, especially if it's with advanced technology or equipment. And so with this grant, we're proposing bringing advanced manufacturing equipment like CNC machines and 3D printers to the high schools, and then offering up to 3 college-level courses that these students can take while they're in high school. And so the amount of technology that would be brought into these high schools is nearly $25,000 each. Plus, we also will be offering professional development and training to the high school instructors to help facilitate some of these classes. The classes itself will be taught by the college in kind of a synchronous online platform, but we need people at these high schools that will help facilitate, maybe answer a few troubleshooting questions. But we also want the technology that's coming into the classrooms to be used in other areas. If we've got a drafting or a shop or a technology instructor that wants to implement or have the students create something or do something, we want this type of equipment to be used for those other classes, for those other projects. And so by allowing the high school instructors to learn as well on these types of things, then it allows them to have the freedom and creativity to implement them in any other class or project or anything else going on that they wish, and we want to see that continue. And so the project also pays for these high school instructors to get a single day of hands-on training with me, and then free access to these courses that the students will be taking as well. And so it's just a great opportunity to build partnerships and relationships with these high schools, provide additional pathways for these students to take some classes. Regardless if they come to Northwest Tech and in the engineering program, it just allows them to explore the avenue of advanced manufacturing, engineering, drafting, and design, and hopefully find some interest and want to get into that career field, because there is a need. Even in western Kansas, there's a need for it, and all over the nation. And so we're really excited about this opportunity. We applied for the grant last year. We didn't win it, but we learned a lot from reviewer comments, and we feel really good about it this year. And so we're excited about the 5 schools that are joining us again this year.
Good. And what are those schools again?
The schools that are joining in, Goodland, USD 352, We also have St. Francis. We have Brewster, Colby, and Flagler, Colorado, that are joining in. And so if awarded, they will be the recipients of the equipment, the training, and the opportunities for students to take these courses and become interested in advanced manufacturing.
Will each school get a separate grant?
It's one grant, but they will receive the same amount of equipment and opportunities in each one of these. And so everything will come into the college, and then I'll go out to each of these schools and install the equipment, get everything set up, and then our timeline looks, it'll be sometime next spring when we'll be able to spend funds. Over the summer, we'll order everything in. At the beginning of next school year is when everything will be installed, and we'll go through high school instructor training and then start allowing the students to have access to the courses.
Sounds like a good hookup with the learning technology. I mean, everything's got the technology, drawing and design and engineering in it. No matter what building you have to have, it's got to have all those ingredients.
Yep, everything made, built, manufactured starts with ideas in the head. It's got to get into technical documents or technical drawings, and then with enough information to be able to make it. And so a lot of the schools in the area have that capability or are teaching students to do that, but then how do we teach students to actually make it? To go from concept in someone's head all the way to creation and holding the part in your hand. That's what we want to bring to some of these area schools.
Question, when you're using the drawing and designing on a computer, certainly you have a lot of big programs for that. For instance, you're drawing and you've got it set up where you want to run the pipes and electrical and this, that, and the other, and the computer says, no, you can't do that. Does the computer tell you can't work it out in this way that you're trying to?
Some of them do. There is some intelligence in them, but it still takes someone thinking, using critical skills, being able to visualize what they're designing and drafting, and look for those interferences, look for those issues where we're going to be running into something. And so even though we have great technology and computer software that can speed us up, it still takes someone who is thinking, who's got a good head on their shoulders.
Human.
Yes. And that's what we try and instill in our students is those skill set, because just like a calculator, I always tell my students, the calculator is only as smart as the person punching the numbers. And so if you're punching garbage in, you're going to get garbage out. And the same is true with the computer software. You can tell it to do a whole lot of neat things, but if it's not going to work, it's because what you're putting in isn't going to work. So you've got to know what you're doing for sure.
Yes. Mike Zimmerman is with us, engineering tech at the Northwest Kansas Technical College in Goodland. I'm Curtis Duncan. This is Tech Talk. With that grant, and we hope each school gets that, will they get some special equipment or computers with that too?
Absolutely. The type of equipment that they're going to get is a couple 3-axis CNC machines, smaller so they can keep it in the classroom, but still very capable to make a bunch of different small parts from wood to plastic and even aluminum. And then they will also be getting 2 kind of mid-grade 3D printers that can print up to 30 different types of material. They'll be getting a bunch of material along with it, so that way it's not going to cost these high schools to start implementing and creating things off the go. They will be getting a computer that goes along with it that has the right software installed, so they can be running both types of these of equipment. They will also get some workbenches that these pieces of equipment will go on. We wanted to make sure that these schools had everything that they needed and didn't need to worry about, well, where am I going to put this, or how are we going to set this up? We try and take care of that for them.
Very good. Sounds like a good deal. Good luck. When will you know if your grant has been accepted and awarded?
We should know later this fall semester, probably towards the end, maybe end of November, beginning of December, and then we should be able to start, if awarded, we should be able to start spending stuff towards the end of the spring semester, again with that kind of initial start of this program in the fall of 2023.
There are a lot of grants out around the nation for students and colleges, isn't there?
There is, and that's half the battle, is just picking which ones we feel like we have a competitive advantage with and going after them. We know that, funding is always a key issue with any technical college and especially Northwest Tech. And so being advantageous and going after some of these just allows a lot of these possibilities to happen. We can't rely solely on tuition or state funding, and so getting ourselves out there and applying for all of these and helping with different initiatives that we want to do is always beneficial to the college.
Let's change gears here, Mike, and tell us what you know about the tiny house. Is that in Nicodemus? Is that done? Let's get into that. I think that's exciting.
Yes, it is. It's a great opportunity. We are just wrapping up final revisions of the layout of the house with the client there in Nicodemus. The engineering technology program, a few of the students were and still are involved in that, coming up with different options that the client selected through and chose the one that she liked the best, and then working back and forth on some small revisions. And so just this week we're passing that design off to the carpentry department, and so the carpentry department should be purchasing material and starting on that very soon. I know that they have the goal of framing in the structure before it gets too cold and before the end of this semester. Then with the goal of, in the spring semester, working on the interior of the house and finishing up all of that work so that at the end of the spring semester it's completed and can be shipped and installed on site there in Nicodemus. And so we're really excited about that.
Will it be on wheels, or will it be something you'll have to lift up on a crane? Or
it'll be, we'll have to have a third-party company that it specializes in moving houses. They'll come in. It'll be built on site at the college, kind of on blocks lifted up in our concrete lot right there on the south side of campus. And so when we're all done, that company will come in, lift it up, put it on a trailer, and take it all the way to Nicodemus. Okay.
Make sure we have good progress reports, and when you do that, that'll be pretty cool.
Absolutely. I do know we will be having the client and a few others from Nicodemus, as well as a news crew, on campus on October 14th. They're kind of doing a kickoff celebration there and kind of a media release, and so we'll definitely make sure, Curtis, that you are invited to that also.
Yes. Oh, you better.
Yep.
We'll be there. We'll do our best. So that's pretty good. Tell us the size of it and how much a little tiny house would cost like this.
It varies. This house, we still are using the tiny house, but I would say it's more of just a small home. 30 by, maybe 20 by 30, something like that, which is a fairly big, small house, but it still is great because it's going to be big enough that it has a main floor and an upstairs. The carpentry students are going to have great experience. They're going to be able to see a home structure from start to finish. And so a lot of times what's happened in the past with some of our homes that we've done in the community is we start at 1 year, but then students are either in just a portion of the project. Maybe they only see the beginning of the house framing coming together, and then the next year, new students come in and they're only seeing the interior and finish work. And so what's great about this one is, having that deadline of we're going to get it complete by the end of the spring semester, is all of these students will see it from start to finish.
Oh, good.
And so it's a great opportunity for the carpentry students.
Do you see this kind of as a pattern for other tiny homes down the line? Do you think this is going to be starting something? I do. In preliminary conversation with those in Nicodemus, there's kind of a push to have some of these family members come back to the area. And so I think if this one goes successful, I think there's going to be a few in queue that the program will have kind of in backlog and keep working through some of these. So it's a great opportunity. What about Goodland? Do we have... There's got to be probably some rules and statutes and all that for tiny homes on lots. Have you thought about that? Of course, you wanted to get Nicodemus done first. I understand that. But anything local? Not that I know of, but there's always that opportunity. And so, if there are any needs or ideas of anyone in the community that wants to do something like that, definitely get a hold of the college, get a hold of Joseph Dobbs, our carpentry instructor. He'll be the one that kind of knows the lead times and project backlog that they have going on, and if it's something that they can do. So definitely want to get in contact with him. Are we talking when you're all done? What do you think you're going to be in this house for?
It's still going to be quite a bit. Material costs are still kind of high since COVID and all of that. But what's nice is that there's a grant that's helping pay for this. That the community members there in Nicodemus went after and got, and so it's a great opportunity for something like this to be built. There's huge savings just because the college isn't charging for labor, and usually construction labor is half of the cost, and so you could say that the only thing that they're really having to pay for is construction materials, and then that moving from Goodland to Nicodemus.
What are you thinking? 20,000?
Oh, it'll
30?
It'll be more than that. I'm speculating. I would say it would probably be close to $40,000 to $50,000 that we'll have in this house. Just because looking at the plans and kind of the concepts from the homeowner of this it's going to be really nice.
Good.
Even though it's small, there's still a lot of quaintness to it, a lot of customization that's going on, and so it'll be a really nice house. Really great way for the students to showcase their skills.
How fun, exciting. What are some things that you have in class going on right now, Mike, and what are your students doing at the engineering tech?
Right now, like I said, we're working. October is always our projects months, and so in addition to the haunted house, we've got several other community-based projects that our students are working on in teams and coming up and solving. We've got another project on campus that our students are just started working on, where we're taking kind of a commons area in Village 1, and the students are coming up with a design to better utilize that space to hold events, to hold gatherings, looking at kind of a park shelter structure with entertainment options inside of that, and the students will be presenting those ideas and concepts to the college board, and with the best one actually being built. And so the college is looking to dedicate some funds to actually build what the students are coming up with.
Good.
We've got other smaller projects, some design builds for community members. We've got, we're helping out one local person with, he is adding on a deck to his house, and the pillars had certain decorative cover plates that would cover where the post is being secured into the deck, but they're not the right size, and so our students are redesigning that. Then we're 3D printing his own unique cover plates for that, and so that's a really neat opportunity that our students are helping out with. We've got a bunch of other small projects like that going on through the month of October, but we're really focusing in on, with our second-year students, project management, leadership skills, and then with our first-year students, kind of that fellowship, work ethics, being able to produce technical drawings, and just that team-building exercise that's going on.
We have about a minute left. Is your engineering tech department growing? Do you see it growing a little bit more?
Yeah, we're definitely seeing an increase, especially since COVID. Right before COVID, we graduated 19 students in our program. Last year, we graduated 8, and so this year we're looking to graduate 11. We've got 13 in our first year group, and so yeah, we're growing, and we're looking for definitely more. There's a huge need out there in industry right now, and which is great for the students. They always have an opportunity to go wherever they want, and multiple job offers long before they even graduate. And so the opportunities are out there. So encourage anyone interested in technical drafting, design, advanced manufacturing, civil design, surveying. Give us a look.
Okay, go get them. Great. Mike Zimmerman, engineering tech instructor at Northwest Kansas Technical College. Thanks for being with us. Good luck.
Thank you, Curtis.
You're welcome. And that is our Tech Talk program for today on the Rockingham Media Network. I'm Curtis Duncan. This is a public affair of Rockingham Radio and KLOE Goodland.